Dr. Pankhania, there are 6 different separate vaccines being trialled in the UK. Obviously, you know, it's very complicated for most people to get their head around sort of the details of all of them. But just in layman's terms, do you have your hopes on a particular one? And because the UK has, you know, quite rightly bought up lots of stocks of all 6 of them just in case one of them comes to the finish line. Which one is your hope with?
They're all good in their own ways, but what is very good to know is that the manufacturers have looked at each and every weakness of the virus and then targeted a vaccine to attack the virus's weakness. That's the best way to describe it to our viewers and listeners. So we have vaccines which are carried by a virus to the body, and then the body makes the proteins, and then you get immunity by the body recognizing the proteins that your body made. And then there is other vaccines where you give them a attenuated or a killed vaccine, meaning the virus is very low in terms of longevity life-wise, and it is also killed. And then there's the other one, which I quite like, really, which is on the base of the influenza vaccine, which is killed bits and pieces of the virus. In other words, when I need to sell it to members of the public, I say to them, this vaccine cannot give you the coronavirus because it's bits and pieces of protein. It's not even a live or an attenuated vaccine.
Which a lot of people would take comfort in, wouldn't they? Because I think there's still some fear about that. Gina, if we could ask you as well, you know, you're a former Deputy Chief Medical Officer. I suppose critical to this is how the vaccine's rolled out as well. Even when we've got it, do you have a plan in mind that you'd like to see who gets it first and a sense of how quickly we could all get it?
Well, you're absolutely right. There's a huge logistics challenge about administering the vaccine. Even if we do have it, first we've got to manufacture enough, and then we've actually got to get it into people. So firstly, I know the government are training a raft of people to administer the vaccine. And this is not this, they are going beyond the usual people, for example, who give flu vaccine, way beyond that. But then, of course, we've got to prioritise, because we're not going to have enough vaccine initially for absolutely everyone, nor are we going to have the delivery mechanisms. So the sorts of priority groups are clearly going to be healthcare workers, because they are the ones that are coming up against this virus as part of their work, and we need healthcare workers to be able to support the NHS. But then we need to be looking at those who are most vulnerable. And from our evidence so far, that's clearly those in our older age groups and those with underlying health conditions. So my understanding is the most obvious way is to prioritise based on that sort of risk stratification. Who's most at risk? Who do we most need to protect? And then clearly work that through the population as and when logistically we can do that.
OK, well, thank you very much. And Tim, good luck tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yes, you're out there doing it for all of us, actually. Thank you very much. And thank you to all 3 of our guests this morning talking about the hope of the vaccine.
I'm interested to know what Gina's sermons are like. You do have a unique perspective, Gina, having a scientific background and being religious. And we must all come along to one of your sermons when we're allowed to at some point.
Well, I'll tell you, Kate, just look at us online. Go online.
Okay.
We put our services up on Zoom, so they're all on our website. Go online.
I imagine she's an even more reassuring voice than normal.
Bedside Manor and the Vicar's Manor all wrapped into one. Lovely to chat to all of you.
Take care.